Mitzvah through ASMR. Alright, hello dear. Welcome to my salon. My name is Sharone. Have you ever been here before? No, I didn't think you looked familiar, but you know, one of the other hairdressers could have been taking care of you that day. But okay, welcome to my salon. I'm glad to have you here. And can you tell me a bit about what you're looking to do today with your hair? Okay, you're feeling a bit unsure, you're a little nervous. Well, you know what, actually, are you a drinker? Wonderful, because I offer 1 glass of wine to my customers, so let me get you a glass. Does that sound good? Okay. Now, lucky you, all the other glasses are being clean right now, so you get to drink out of this fancy kiddish cup. Did you just call it a goblet? I suppose it is a goblet or a chalice, but it's a kiddish cup, so yeah, we say kiddish over it, but you can have wine. So I'm gonna hand this over to you and just sip on it, and we'll talk about your hair. I'll take a look at your hair, I'll touch it, I'll go through it, get a sense of what the texture is, and we'll go from there. Does that sound good, dear? Okay, great. Here you go. Here's the wine. Just sip that and take that. Okay, dear. Now, is it okay if I touch your hair? Great. Oh, you have some very, very beautiful hair. And a lot of it, I have to say. Quite a lot of hair. Okay. So you're not sure, dear? Okay. Yeah, I know what you're saying. You've been growing it out for a while, so you're afraid to go too short. That's fine. We can just trim it. What I'm thinking is layers to bring the curls out more. What's that, dear? You think your hair is wavy. Now listen, I've been doing hair for a long time, and actually personally, I had very curly hair when I was a child, and then when I got older it became wavy, and I thought, well, I guess it's just wavy now. But it turned out that when I was a child, my mother was taking care of my hair. She was doing the curl routine, but then when I became a preteen, a teenager, started taking care of myself, I didn't really keep up with the curls. I didn't want curly hair at the time. I know, crazy now, but at the time I didn't want curly hair, so I wasn't treating it like curly hair, and that's why it was looking wavy. Recently I learned how to, you know, really work with the curls again. I had to relearn that process, or I guess learn it for the first time when I went to beauty school. So I'm telling you, after looking at you know, different hair for years, I've been doing this for years. I learned about curly hair years ago. I don't think your hair is wavy, dear. I think it's curly. How do you feel about that? Okay, so we're not anti-curl here. That's very good. I know I was anti-curl because of the, I wouldn't even call it peer pressure. No one was making fun of me for having curly hair, but it was just society, you know. I would see all the women in movies that were leads. They were pretty girls with straight hair, so I just thought I wanted straight hair. So I'm glad that you're not anti-curl and you're open to embracing the curls. Okay, so what I'm thinking we can do is we can wet it, we can trim it just a little bit. You know, I'll re-updo the layers a little bit, because with curly hair, it's essential you have layers, especially with thick hair like this. Maybe I'll, because it's so thick, I think we can also go in with the thin-end shears and just take out some of the bulkiness. And then what I'll do is, when it's time to style it, I'm gonna show you how to take care of your curls and style them so that your hair is not looking wavy anymore. It's bringing out all the curls that were there all along. Now, how do you feel about doing a routine? Tell me, what do you do with your hair normally? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I used to be that way too. So you're just washing it and letting it air dry and not really putting any product in. No, I get it. I get it. I was always low maintenance, so I get it. But yeah, I think what I'm gonna show you, it's the routine that I do for my curls. Because honestly, I know you can't tell, but my hair is very similar to yours. Yeah, the routine I do is pretty easy. So I'm gonna show you that, okay? Okay, dear, great. So, are you ready to get started? Oh yeah, of course. Finish the wine. I don't want to rush you. I don't want you to get lightheaded from drinking the wine too fast. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna wet the hair first. Now, I like to make my salon experience relaxing, so part of the experience, part of cutting your hair is that I'm just gonna do, you know what ASMR is? I'm gonna do little ASMR things like shaking this around you. Focus on the sounds. Just focus on the sounds, nothing else. Don't worry about your hair. Don't worry about anything else going on in your life. And now we're gonna tap the bottle. Alright. I'm going to spray up here first. I'm going to spray the hair. We'll get this side too. Alright. I'm going to get the back because there's a lot of hair in the back. I'll tell you that. A lot of hair. And just listen to the sound. You hear this sound? It's a relaxing sound. Okay, I think your hair's wet enough. So I'm gonna first go in with the scissors, okay? I'm gonna snip and snip. Do you like that sound of the scissors? I think it's a very relaxing sound. Okay, well, let's get trim in here. That's about how much I'm cutting off of the layers. Right. Okay, let's just get this part right here. Do you see that? Okay, and then we're gonna get this part too, okay? Just watch that go. Okay, we're gonna get the other side. Isn't there just something relaxing about having your hair cut and the sounds of the scissors? And then you feel more lightweight after because all the bulk has been taken out of the hair. Oh, I love getting haircuts myself, and I think that's why I went into it. What do you do, dear, for work? Do you like it? I know what you mean. A job is a job, even if you like it. I love cutting hair. I love it, but you know, when I have my days off, I'm really happy to have them, and I look forward to them. But I guess we all gotta work, or at least most of us. We're the lucky ones. Okay. And now we're just gonna see this part right here. And we're just lining it up, so that and that, we're lining it up. And we're just gonna cut. Okay. We'll do this section here too. And then this section right here, if I can get it right. And right here. Alright, I'm just getting the back now. Okay, we're just about there. All right, perfect, perfect. We're all done with these. And now next, we've got these, oops, hold them the right way. We've got these thinning shears. Oh, it makes a different sound, you hear that? It's different than the other scissors. Now the thinning shears, you've got the blade right here. But then instead of another blade, you've got these little teeth. You see them? And so what that does is, it doesn't cut all of the hair. It just cuts some of it. You know, the hairs that fall in between this part, these little teeth, whatever falls in between that, gets cut, and the other parts don't. And it helps with, you know, when you're done with all the blunt cuts, it just helps with thinning out the hair a little bit. So I'm just gonna go in. Okay, yeah, you see how, I don't even think you can see what came out with that. Oh, here we go. See how it's like this little bit of hair right here, just a little bit. Yeah, that's what it's taken out when we do this, so. Yeah, you see that? I'll show you one more, if I can get it. Oh dear. There we go. Okay. So don't fret, I'm not taking out too much. Like you said, you've been growing it out for a while. Trust me, I've had all kinds of haircuts. I know how long it takes to grow hair out. I'm currently in that process right now. I had a pixie. I loved having a pixie, but I want to start having the curls come out again. So I had kind of, what do you call it, like a mullet almost as I grew it out, and now it's getting past that, and it's just over my shoulders, and yeah, I just want to grow it out long like yours and really emphasize the curls. Really emphasize the curls. There we go. Okay, let's get this side now. I'm gonna start at the bottom again. Work my way up. Some sections here. Alright. This one is very sharp. I almost cut myself. All the time. You would think, being a hairdresser for years. Nope. Always almost cutting myself. But that's alright. It's just an occupational hazard. Alright. We're just about there. I just have to get the back, okay, dear? Let's clean this off. Okay, I'm just gonna get the back. And how you feeling, dear? Much more relaxed? Did that glass of wine help a little too? I'm sure it did. Don't worry, I didn't have any wine before cutting your hair. But I do enjoy a glass every now and then. Okay. I think we're just about there. Just taking a look at a few spots. Let's just compare here. Okay, you know what? This one, we can just cut a little bit more. Okay. Alright. Right here too. Oops. Yeah, we can get that too, actually. That worked out. Okay. Well. Well, my dear, it's time to style your hair, okay? Now for this, I'm gonna go step by step explaining how you do it. This is how you take care of your curly hair, okay? I'm going to wet down your hair and make sure it's very wet. It's starting to dry. We want it to be very wet. Ideally, what I would recommend is when you get out of the shower, this is when you would do this process. Or if you're not showering, I would at least recommend washing your hair or soaking it before you do this process, okay? So I'm gonna wet your hair. Oh, there we go. Alright. Get the back. Just gonna make it all very, very, very wet. Basically soaking. We're not done yet. We gotta keep going. Alright. I think your hair is pretty wet. So, assuming you just showered or you just wet your hair, what I would recommend is a leave-in conditioner, okay? This is the one I'm using today, but you don't have to use this one. I would just recommend anything that says leave-in conditioner. Not the same as conditioner after you shampoo. A leave-in conditioner you use after you're done cleaning your hair. You don't rinse it out, okay? So we're gonna put some in, we're gonna rub it, and we're gonna put it in your hair. And we're not gonna wash it out, okay? Alright. This bottle is not the best bottle. I love the product, but the bottle is difficult to squeeze sometimes. Alright. There we go. We had to give it a little shake. Okay. That's what it looks like. I'm gonna use more, but I just want to show you what it looked like. Alright. Okay. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna rub it in. We're just gonna warm it up, and then we're gonna rub it through the hair. Okay. Just gonna get it all in there, just everywhere. I'm gonna get the backs, the top even. We're gonna get the top a little bit. Okay, now that we have the product or the leave-in conditioner in, we're gonna pick a product. Now, what I'm gonna use today is a mousse. This is a curl defining mousse. Some people like to use mousses, some people like to use creams or gels. Basically you want something that's gonna add a little bit of hold so that the curls will kind of like stay in place, okay? So we're gonna use a mousse today, but you don't have to use a mousse. If there's something else you wanna do, you're welcome to try other products. Okay, so let's get a little more ASMR in there first. Isn't that relaxing? All right, let's shake it up. For the mousse, shake it. All right, that's what it looks like. I'm just gonna rub it in my hands a little bit, not too much, and I'm just gonna go through your hair. Okay. I'm gonna get the back. Get the other side. And for this, you do want to get it in the roots too, okay? I'm gonna put it in the roots. Right. Okay. What I'm gonna use today is a mousse. This is a curl defining mousse. Some people like to use mousses, some people like to use creams or gels. Basically you want something that's gonna add a little bit of hold so that the curls will kind of like stay in place, okay? So we're gonna use a mousse today, but you don't have to use a mousse. If there's something else you wanna do, you're welcome to try other products. Okay, so let's get a little more ASMR in there first. Isn't that relaxing? All right, let's shake it up. For the mousse, shake it. All right, that's what it looks like. I'm just gonna rub it in my hands a little bit, not too much, and I'm just gonna go through your hair. Okay. I'm gonna get the back. Get the other side. And for this, you do want to get it in the roots too, okay? I'm gonna put it in the roots. Right. Okay. Just gonna rinse the hands off. Whoops, we got a little bit on there, that's okay. Okay. Now that we've got the product in, there's a few things you can do. You can go through your hair and wrap curls around your fingers, doing finger curls, and then just kind of, you wrap it, you let it go, and it should just kind of sit, you know? Here's an example, you see? This one right here, it's a curl. It's doing its natural thing. See, your hair is curly, but the product we put in is gonna help keep it in place. Another thing you can do, whoops. Another thing you can do is you can use a special type of brush. There's many different brushes out there. This is the one that I use, but there's others that look a little bit different. The important thing is that it has like these hard bristles. They're hard, but they have give to them. Unlike, you know, the synthetic brushes that almost look like they're made of like horsehair or something. We don't want that. We want something like this. Now, whatever type of brush you're using, these are just meant for when your hair is wet. As you may know, curly hair, you're not supposed to brush curly hair. But what that means is you don't brush it when it's dry. You're just gonna make it all poofy and big. Well, if you want to do that, that's fine too. But that's what will happen. So when you're brushing your hair, you should only do it when it's wet if you're trying to achieve the look that we're trying to achieve today, okay? So what you do is you take the hair through the brush, and when you run it through, it kind of just, if you see here, it kind of just made a curl. Here, I'll do one further out. Let's see. I'm gonna just show you again. So we've got the hair through it, and I'm just gonna pull it through. And yeah, you see how it just went curl like that? That's what this does, okay? So I'm gonna go through your hair with the brush, and we're just gonna make little curls come out. Just little curls. And I'm just making these little sounds as part of the ASMR experience. Okay. Get this side. Very nice, very nice. Alright, I think we're done with that part now. Now some people will do plopping. Plopping your hair is when we take a t-shirt, wrap it around to help it dry. But you don't really have to do that in my opinion. I don't always do that. I sometimes just go on to the next step. So the final step, we need some heat to help keep everything in place. Basically, the product is holding the curls, but we need to apply heat so that it will create kind of like a hard surface that will hold the curls in place, okay? Okay. All right, so we've got the blow dryer. And what's important is having what is called a diffuser. So instead of having the air blowing really fast and making your hair all frizzy, the diffuser makes it so that it moves slower and distributes the heat more spread out. So I'm gonna turn this on, and it might seem loud at first, but this is a magical salon with ASMR capabilities, so we're gonna be able to turn the volume down, okay? Are you ready? And what I'm gonna show you is that I'm gonna just hold it up to it, just like this, okay? All right, here we go. Okay, and as you saw, I was holding it in place for a little while. Maybe I count to 10 or 20. And then I move on to the next section, count to 10 or 20, and just do that over and over again until it's dry enough. It doesn't have to be 100% dry, but dry enough that you can, like, your hair shouldn't be too crunchy because of the type of mousse that we used, but it should have a little bit of a crisp to it, okay? That's how you know it's gonna hold in place. So, we put this down. I can figure it out, okay? So, this is what your hair's looking like. You see the curl? There's like a curl right here. The curl's here too. Yeah. Okay, what do you think? Give it a touch, give it a feel. You like it? Okay, yeah. Yeah, it can be exciting to have curly hair. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, yeah. No, go ahead, take photos, brag on Instagram or wherever you're posting these days. No, I love when people get haircuts and they're feeling themselves and they want to brag about it. That's usually how I am after I get my haircut, so... Oh dear, you're absolutely welcome, of course. I'm just so happy to be able to share some curly hair tips for you. And do you think that's something that you can do in the future, that process I showed you? Yeah, I don't think it's actually that difficult, you know? You wet your hair, you put in leave-in conditioner, a mousse or a gel, you twirl it or you brush it, and then you heat it up. It's really not complicated. I'm actually pretty low maintenance, believe it or not. A lot of people assume that I'm high maintenance. I think it's the accent, but I am low maintenance and I don't like spending hours on my hair, okay? And yeah, I find that this process is very simple and it works with my schedule and my life. Oh, you're welcome, dear. I'm so glad that you came in today. I hope to see you soon. Well, not too soon, you just got your hair cut, but I hope to see you again sometime. If you just want to come in for a trim or a color or change it up entirely, no judgment. I love experimenting with hair as well. Okay, dear. Yeah, of course. Well, you can go up to the front. My assistant will take care of you there. But thank you again so much. I really appreciate you coming in. I have to say, I love your hair. The curls look wonderful on you. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye, dear. Bye. Hello, thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed this, please like and comment, and please subscribe to my channel. And as always, Toda Rabah, Laila Tov. Thank you very much, and good night.